Yeah, I love when she's like in jail. They got her. And he's like, "You're a criminal," and it seems like you're a criminal and a murderer. And she's like, "Was I a criminal and a murderer last night?" And he was like, "It's a tough point. You did have sex." I was just like, man, this.
And I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you're Halle Berry.
So I'll keep working on it then. It's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she was just trying to distract him so she could escape with her cat powers of sliding through the bars of the jail cell.
Amazing.
YUNKJunk!
Hey, welcome to the Micheaux Mission, 2 Men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Len, a.k.a. The Bat Tribble. And as always, I'm joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the month of May, which means it is time for Mama, May I Have Another One of them bad black movies.
Yes.
And boy, do we have one for you tonight.
Yeah, it's a doozy.
Don't take our word for it. We are reviewing a movie that won an award as the worst movie of 1997?
No, 2004.
2004. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Oh, that even makes it worse.
Yeah.
My God. It is Halle Berry, Sharon Stone, in director Pitoff's Catwoman. Tonight here on the Micheaux Mission, ladies and gentlemen, helping us review it, as you see sitting in front of you are our good friends from the DTF Fun Hour, Darryl, Charles, and Timaree.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you all?
Oh, very happy to be here. Thank you all.
Yeah, this is joy.
Warm spring night.
And then something, my eyes are on fire out here. Fire.
Welcome back to the Micheaux Mission.
Yeah.
Last time this is your first time on YouTube, but you were here previously, and I think we reviewed Toi.
Toi. Just a mwah
Oh, yeah.
of a movie. I mean, this review is going to be fun and everything, but if you can find Toi.
Oh man, it was so difficult to find then, but
Yeah.
like now it's on my Plex.
Yeah.
So anytime you guys want to watch Toi,
I got it on my hard drive.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know how I got it. I didn't.
Through legal means.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
I don't even own that hard drive no more.
I'm surprised that you're here and you're not. It's that kind of night.
That's why we can't have nice things.
That's why we can't. I'm surprised we're not doing one of the sequels to Toi.
I distinctly remember being told that the movie had to have some kind of a theatrical release.
That is true.
True. That's right.
That's right. The other
I
one.
don't think Toi 2 Pandora's Box
Yeah.
or Toi 3 The Escort
The Escort. Because by
had a theatrical review.
Because by then it was a name.
Yeah,
It had name
the franchise.
recognition. It was a franchise.
The
Yeah.
Twaniverse.
Yeah.
The TCU, as it were.
TCU.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
with maggots and all of the food.
Oh my God.
Man. Anyway.
And that is like 3 movies in one. There's just so much about it. Like it's just we're not talking
We're
about
not talking about that one. We're talking about such a better movie.
Yes.
Yes.
No, not true.
Not that much better.
They're good at different stuff.
Benjamin Bratt's in this one.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Benjamin Bratt's in it. Alex Borstein.
Yeah, the voice of Lois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll always love her from many of her problematic Mad TV sketches.
Oh, and the guy that plays the Merovingian.
That's true.
The guy who plays him here, which I believe is his government name.
Yes, that is.
The Merovingian.
It's the Merovingian.
Just professionally a douchebag.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, you've seen his face.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's limited options for you as an actor when you have
I
that
wonder
face.
if he does feel typecast, like in that face.
You got to know what you're working with as an actor.
I wonder if people like him, like in his real life.
Right. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, friend.
No. This is just my face. This is just how I sound. I'm not actually an asshole.
These are really good eggs. No, they're fluffy and light. Why is everybody crying?
I'm not being sarcastic.
So what made y'all choose Catwoman?
You said pick a bad movie, and then we were pinging it back and forth. I did a fair amount of research on bad black movies, and then cross-referenced it with what y'all have done already. Blade 3 was thrown out there. It's one of them, but you covered the trilogy.
We did
already. So then Catwoman. I was like, well, I'm enough of a comic book nerd to feel like I have something to say about a pre-Iron Man comic book movie.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what are we drawing a line in the sand with before Iron Man and after Iron Man as far as comic book movies?
I saw a review of another movie, which would not be covered on this illustrious podcast, that was like, this movie was so bad, it made me it made the person who made the quote be like, I should thank Marvel because the amount of care and effort that they put into creating a cinematic universe, regardless of how the individual movies may be good or bad, it gets highlighted when you watch a movie that came out before Iron Man.
I mean, like, I can see all of the complaints about MCU and the things that it's done to the industry at large, but yeah, I mean, they are well produced. There's like no debate about that.
Sure.
And I think that like this movie is fun. This movie is Catwoman is absolutely a fun movie. It's just the whole time it's like, did a 16-year-old make this who's like learning how to make video games? Was this written by a 16-year-old? Like those kind of things.
Have they read Catwoman?
There's that.
Well, yeah. Then there's
Do they know about? Did they go beyond Wikipedia to research Catwoman
Or cats.
or?
Or cats.
But the CGI is not bad.
we'll get on to all that. We'll get into all of that. But first, we are going to take a trip. We don't have any emails tonight, so that means we can get directly into our features. And that's right. You weren't here last time when we did features, so we do features now. We have segments.
A little bit more structure.
I get it. I love it. I think we were there for a
6 degrees.
we were there for a 6 degrees.
Yes. Well, we've added something to that.
And
And it's something that I like to call the top 5.
Top 5. Who's your top 5? My top 5 is. My top 5 is.
I always assume
My top 5
y'all
is.
heard the thing too. But again, this is
My top 5 is.
the power of a student.
Top 5, ladies and gentlemen, where I give a list and Vincent and now Darryl, Charles, and Timaree will add their scintillating commentary to said list. And I am going to keep this in theme,
Thematic.
everyone. Yes, I try to keep it in thematic. We are going to be reviewing Catwoman
Yes.
tonight.
What a time to be alive.
So I will present to you my top 5 Catwomen.
Catwomen.
People that have played Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Oh,
But
yeah.
in my
Catwomen.
order. See whether or not you agree with my order.
This is also
Okay.
interesting because this is the most covered character in like comic book history, where more actors have portrayed the character of Catwoman than any other major comic book character,
Is that including animation as well as?
and like TV shows as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That is true because if you look it up, it's at least 20 different people.
There's so many. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Again, such an illustrious history and past for this character.
Yeah.
And yet,
And yet,
You're just going to make up some
just
stuff.
make up some more bullshit.
Soundtrack. It's the soundtrack.
Okay, so my top 5, which starts with my first and my only honorable mention.
Okay.
So number 6
sure.
would be the voice of Sanaa Lathan,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
voices Catwoman on the Max series Harlequin. As this write-up writes, there was perhaps no actress in Hollywood better equipped to become the next voice of Catwoman than Sanaa Lathan, who has been no stranger to animation or superheroes. For years, she played Donna Stubbs on Family Guy, as well as The Cleveland Show. I was not even aware of that. I did not know that.
This is me finding out.
She was also unofficially, Vincent has pointed this out many times, the mother of the modern Marvel cinema, because in 1998 she starred in Blade as the mother to Wesley Snipes, half human, half vampire superhero. Speaking about this character, Sanaa Lathan said, "I want to be friends with this Catwoman. She's the coolest superhero out there. She's extremely confident, sexy, not surprised by anything. You can see how Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are literally fangirling over her. She just knows she's a badass. She has the confidence that every woman wants and needs." And it is, and she gets it over in animation-wise. I like the design of the character, but it's not far from my favorite animation design of the character. But Sanaa Lathan's voice just gets it over.
Yeah,
and
she
I'm
kills
just
it.
like,
Yeah.
Audience.
Yeah.
You raised the bar already, if that's your honorable
That's your honorable mention.
Yeah.
So let's hear these other 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is my only one that I chose from animation.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Man, I'm trying to think. Okay, please.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Cameron Bankadova. Not familiar?
Not at all.
She played Catwoman from 2014 to 2019 in the TV show Gotham.
Ah.
A younger Catwoman on the Gotham series, which serves as the origin story for Batman. Cameron played the younger version of Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman. She says, speaking of the role, the only 3 words that I can describe about this experience are awesome and honor and grateful. Every synonym of those 3 words is me at the moment. It's great. I'm getting to show a side of Selena Kyle that nobody's ever seen before, and that's cool. I feel pretty special. And honestly, I was very hit or miss on Gotham. I was a huge Batman fan. I was like, this is some bull. But I found myself liking her. She was blonder than I like my Catwoman, but she definitely had a little bit of an exotic look to her. And I actually thought she was probably, of the younger actors on the show, one of the best actors, and the one who grew the most over the 5 years of the series. And she grew on me. I really liked her. I look forward to seeing her on the show.
I've never seen one episode of Gotham.
Neither have I. It was a moment in my life where they announced the show and they were like, no supervillains, no Batman. This is about the fall of a city. Jim Gordon. Cool. I was like, oh man, that sounds great. And then, Business Daddy does what Business Daddy does. And they were like, nope, we're putting superheroes in it. And I said, you know what? Listen, I'm not going to rage. I'm not going to be the nerd who sits here and go, you're destroying my... I'm not going to do that.
Right, sure.
I'm just going to not watch the show.
I'm just not going to participate.
And look, if I really want to have a hand in how the next Batman show takes place, then I should figure out how to be a key grip or a gaffer or something. But until then, I'll just go tell jokes outside. And so thank you, Gotham, for getting me into stand-up comedy.
And that's your origin.
And that's my origin story.
That's your origin story. Well, they didn't put superheroes in there. Like, he never shows up in, like, he's always a young boy.
Sure.
So no superhero, but the villains are.
Right, the villains are all there. And
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
is.
but again, like, I don't.
Don't do it.
Exactly.
Because I feel you're about to get...
Yeah, I was about to get into it. So it's like, okay. Were they friends? Was young Selena friends with young Bruce?
Yeah.
So
weren't
you're
a
telling me
couple,
that
they were-
old Selena is a dummy who doesn't know that her childhood friend is in a mask with his mouth out? Anyway, I just said to myself, I'm just not going to participate.
Right.
And it's not in my head canon.
Sure.
It's just not in your head canon.
It's just not in my canon.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
But there's also Elseworlds, right?
That's right.
That's what this more or less
this
was.
Is the universe where
They weren't trying to say this was
this
your
makes
Batman.
sense somehow.
Yeah, it's like you sent me a thing where it's like, it was showing from Jim Gordon's point of view that everybody sees Batman coming and leaving, but they just let him do it.
Yes.
Because he's just a sad man.
Yes.
And they're like, let him be a sad man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's Elseworld stuff.
Yeah.
I am here for, look at this sad man beating up the poor. Well, let's let him do it.
Let's not forget the mentally disabled.
Yes,
yes,
totally.
yes.
Without a doubt. The people who need to steal food to eat will break their damn jaws. Elseworlds, you know?
My favorite version of that is that everyone at the Daily Planet knows that Superman is Clark Kent, but he's such a nice guy. And he's trying so hard.
Imagine if he was a jerk.
Like, you feel like a dick saying it, so it's like, oh, my stomach's hurt. It's like, oh, Clark, you should probably go get some ginger ale or something. Okay. And then, and then he comes back and he's like
gone.
winking.
Yeah.
And, and Jimmy is looking at Dolores like, so yeah, that's my favorite version.
Like the janitor is just like waiting outside the closet.
Right.
Oh, I guess somebody's in trouble, huh?
Right.
I'll just put this mop away later then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All my papers are everywhere. We'll never find out the culprit.
Number 4.
Number 4.
This may be a little controversial.
All right.
My number 4.
You've already had a Catwoman that no one in here knows, so.
Okay. Okay. My number 4 Catwoman is from 1992, Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer.
As long as she's on the list. I mean,
So that means, she's 4, so there are 3
better
than her?
Yes.
I'm okay with this depending on who the top 3 are.
Yeah,
Right.
it's very dependent.
That's the fun of the
Right.
the thing.
Because Michelle Pfeiffer's a good one.
Yeah.
She's also the one that is crazy, right? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She's the one. She's not playing it like a cat breathed into me, and so magically I have powers. That is a crazy person, and I love it for that.
Yeah.
I love it that she's just like, I have a head injury, and this is what I'm doing with it. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
It causes me to get really good at fashion.
Right. Right.
Well, she does. That seems to be a theme with Catwomen. My number 3 is a recent one from 2022, The Batman, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, see now you're running out of spaces.
Right.
The problem is you're running out of
I'm not
spaces
running out of
now
spaces.
because you've not said Lee Merriweather, Julie Newmar, or Eartha Kitt yet.
Okay.
So you're going to leave one of them off.
I got too much. Yeah.
But I mean, as an individual, I like the movie, but it definitely, it didn't seem like there was that much Catwoman in the Batman. Like, she was there for a lot of it. Yeah. She was part of the B or C plot, but like, there was definitely more Catwoman in Batman Returns.
I also have like sort of a problem with the fact that I think Zoe Kravitz is probably just like that. Like she was on Hot Ones and like at no point flinched or showed any emotion. And I was like, you have been cool and rich your entire life. And I don't know if you even are capable of experiencing emotions because of the way that this has insulated you from reality.
Right.
And her parents are aliens.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
You're
She's
just
gonna
like-
look like that until 2073.
Yeah, you're just like this perfect looking, too cool person. And so her being Catwoman was like,
Because there are just no consequences.
yeah. I'm like,
It's like that Key and Peele skit about Jaden, where they were trying to explain to Jaden the concept of the word or. It's like, what do you mean or? Like, I want this and that. And they're like, no, you have to pick. Or. He's like, what is or? It's like Zoe Kravitz's whole life.
Right.
What is or?
she's my number 3.
All right.
My number 3 Catwoman. I think she embodies You're saying there's not a lot of Catwoman in there, but I think what she does with it, I think she does very well. And yes, is it effortless?
Right. Is she actually Catwoman or like does Zoe Kravitz know that she's in a movie? Does she think this is just, of course Robert Pattinson dresses up in a weird kinky sex suit because this is Thursday.
Perhaps.
Right.
And I have a feeling where she lives, it looks like her apartment. Like, it's a big, lofty, a lot of space.
I think she had like a crappy apartment in this one.
She has
had
like a
roommate.
It's like a bear. Yes, that's a roommate.
There's a bunch of stuff in it.
No.
I mean, there's a bunch of
had a
stuff,
big
but it's all
room.
cramped.
Right.
No,
She doesn't have
no.
a fancy spot in this one because she's like works at a club. Like she's like a working class
Yeah,
Catwoman.
her
you're
room
thinking
was
about
kinda big.
Flashdance, where 18-year-olds got like a whole loft apartment
But
to
it looked
herself.
he was looking from the windows, and she was going to a lot of different rooms. She had a big closet.
Big closet.
She had a big closet. Anyway, whatever.
I mean, she did have a motorcycle.
All right, so who's two? Because I
I
know
feel so much judgment.
it's a little judgment, but I'm trying to, because I understand I have an unhealthy sort of affection for Lee Meredith, which might not be justified
It's not.
because she's just in the one movie, but still.
And not that good. Number two is
Fine. What are you talking about?
she's number two
Okay. Come on. Who we got in the two slot?
from the original live series from 1966, 1967. Julie Newmar,
Sure, of course. The standard.
who for a long time was my number one.
Yeah, the standard.
Yeah, she probably is the standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Catwoman, effortlessly, but like just a very attractive woman.
Sure.
Sexy, wears the suit well, had the suit tailor made for her. Like you said, I want the belt to hinge down on she knew exactly what she wanted.
If I'm recalling correctly, I think she might have almost gotten a role in the Halle Berry Catwoman, but it didn't end up happening. And Michelle Pfeiffer also almost had a role, and she was like, no.
Well, we'll talk about it a little bit, but there is something to that as far as Michelle Pfeiffer with other Halle Berry. We'll talk about it when we get into the review. Julie Newmar, who has, as recently as within the last 5 years, was still voicing Catwoman.
Yeah.
Oh.
She voiced Catwoman in the animated Batman and Robin direct-to-video movie that Adam West and Burt Ward did the voices of. She was Catwoman, and in the sequel too. Right? Yeah. Still doing that, like 90-something, looking good, fantastic, still fitting in the suit.
Well, that's something that you say when you get up there in age. I still fit the suit, huh?
The other thing I like about the Julie Newmar Catwoman as a comic fan, it's something they've picked up in the past 10 years, that Catwoman is actually smarter than Batman. Like the dynamic in the television show, like Riddler, speaking of crazy, like Riddler, Frank Gershwin's Riddler was actually unsettling in the show.
Right.
Joker's kind of wacky, chaotic. Penguin is goofy. But Julie Newmar is actually smart. And I love that about that Catwoman.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My number one is, of course, from Batman 1967 to 68.
Sure, of
Third
course.
season of the Batman series was one Eartha Kitt.
Yep.
Played the role of who, to me, I think she brings pretty much everything that Julie Newmar brings to the character. Perhaps, to be fair, an argument can be made that, like, if you had your druthers, you'd want Eartha Kitt to maybe be 5 years a little younger in the role, because she's 40 when she does the role, as opposed to Julie Newmar, who's 33 when she does the role. But the fact that she is 7 years older than her and still brings as much as she's bringing to it, and to me, Eartha Kitt is forever the voice of Catwoman.
Yeah.
In my head, it's no question, it's Eartha Kitt.
She's also the number one Santa baby.
Yeah.
Santa baby.
Just to have it both ways, just everything I just said, Eartha Kitt kind of builds on that Julie Newmar characterization where it kind of makes sense. She's a little older than Batman because she's like, almost treats him like a boy toy.
Yeah, she does.
So
she does. I think she even treats him a little bit more of a boy toy than
absolutely.
Julie Newmar, who famously, they say, had like a little bit of a thing with Adam West.
Oh, wow.
Well, according to Adam West.
She was still fitting in that suit.
Look.
She was. She was. So that is my top 5 Catwoman.
Okay.
And I'm sorry Lee Merriweather did not make
Look, I know.
the list.
Everybody's got their, that lists are subjective.
Yeah.
I don't think she would make a lot of people's
Lee
list.
Merriweather wore the mask, though.
So did Eartha Kitt.
That's the thing.
True.
Arthur wore the mask.
And so did Julie Newmar. They all wore the mask.
Julie Newmar ever wear the mask?
Yeah, she did. She didn't wear it a lot, but there are scenes with her in a mask. Yeah. So now what you got?
I just like the Batman movie.
And that Catwoman. I don't know if she was as smart as Julie Newmar.
Well, yeah, but she had on that Jackie Kennedy.
That's what did
That Jackie Kennedy suit.
That's what did
when
it.
she was in disguise.
That's what did it for you. Yeah, we see.
But solid list.
You like that list?
Oh, we suck. Who, me?
I'm asking you.
I said solid list.
Okay, you usually don't like my list, so I need to know whether.
Solid list.
All right, because I'll hear from it.
Yeah.
I hear you will.
These people are great. They get crazy.
And people also, just as a general rule, don't like Anne Hathaway for some reason. So, of course, like if you had included her on there, that would have been a whole thing.
Here's the thing about it.
Why do people like Anne Hathaway?
It's
a weird.
It's a weird thing. She's got big theater kid energy, and so
without doubt.
I think a lot of people are just like, I think they think she's fake because of it.
Oh yeah, no, they're not real people in that way. Mm-hmm. Theater kids.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Their thing is the big emotions and all that stuff. It's
I like it.
raised.
I like Anne Hathaway. I don't have anything against Anne Hathaway.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually think she was bad as Catwoman. I just think that these other women are better.
Yeah.
And I didn't think, as far as like at least historically, Catwoman is like this sexy character. And while she looked good, I didn't think she brought a whole lot of sex appeal. At least not to me.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my read on Anne Hathaway. But I ain't got nothing against her.
The Nolan trilogy is the least sexy Batman.
Well, that's
I don't like Chris Nolan's Batman.
I know you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Hot take.
It's the hottest of takes. That's my hill.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people that don't like it's Michael Keaton or nothing, or
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, your thing is that it didn't seem like Nolan cared much for the.
Right. You can tell he's too cool for school.
Right.
Like he finds the whole concept silly.
I want to do a movie that goes backwards and forwards.
Right.
And you have me playing with toys.
Right. Like how is Inception more playful and joyful than your 3 Batman movies?
I mean, look, the Joker had some bangers. He had some banger jokes. The Dark Knight is Trey Magnifique.
That's what y'all keep telling me.
I understand.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right. So that's been the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to move on to the Game of Kings.
All right.
6 Degrees of Derville Martin.
This wonderful light bulb setup. This is fantastic. I feel like I'm in an actual television studio in like 1971.
6 Degrees of Derville Martin, ladies and gentlemen, where I will come with 2 actors, and Vincent, with the help of Darryl and Timaree, will have 6 movies or less to connect them to Derville Martin, the Catwoman of 70s blaxploitation flicks.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Almost wore my Derville Martin shirt, but you're not supposed to wear the shirt of the band you came to see.
All right. Keeping it in theme.
More themes.
We are reviewing Catwoman tonight. Mm-hmm. So these are 2 other women who have portrayed Catwoman.
2 other women who've portrayed Cat. Okay.
And you cannot use the film in which they portray Catwoman.
I cannot use them when they are Catwoman.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
So in 6 films or less.
All right.
Connect Derville Martin.
to
Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anne Hathaway.
Can I throw out some thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I feel like Princess Diaries has got to be an option because it's got, oh my God, her name just fell out of my head. She was in Sound.
Julie Andrews.
Yeah, I feel like that could do something.
Can I use Julie Andrews? Let's see if I can use Julie Andrews and get to Princess Diaries.
I think you can.
Okay.
She Mary Poppins?
Yeah.
She is Mary Poppins.
She's also in
She's
Victor
also
Victoria.
and in Sound of Music. Okay. Let me try and use Julie Andrews. So D'Urville Martin. Okay. I don't know if how do I get to Julie?
This is my favorite part
Okay.
of the entire show is
Now I'm second
the
guessing.
K-hole that Vince has to go
Yeah.
into to be like,
Right.
I can just, it's the GIF with the numbers and the protractors, there's angles popping.
Yeah.
I see.
It's like Tom Hanks in the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, yo.
Right.
It's happening right next to me.
Okay. I might run out. So Julie Andrews,
D'Urville.
Okay, D'Urville Martin is in. I might run out. I might not be able to use Julie because I might
Okay,
run out.
I've got other thoughts on that.
I got to her,
Okay.
but let me see if I can use Julie Andrews. So D'Urville Martin is in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier is in The Defiant Ones with Tony
Curtis.
Tony Curtis. Yeah, I'm going to run out because I'm going to get to Tony Curtis, to Jack Lemmon, to what's my girl's name? Redhead.
Shirley MacLaine.
and Margaret?
No, and Margaret. In Bye Bye Birdie.
But what got you there to?
I'm sorry, to Grumpy Old Men.
Okay, all right.
And Margaret gets me to Dick Van Dyke in Bye Bye Birdie, but I'm already at 6.
So another thought.
So I could get to, and from him I would have gotten to Julie Andrews. Other way to get Julie Andrews, dude in Sound of Music is in something else that I like.
Who, the old guy?
No,
Like the father.
The father.
the weird main dude she said.
I can't think of it.
And yeah.
I
For
can't think
no
of his.
clear reason.
Well, he's he's a good-looking guy who sings.
I can't think of his name.
Realize.
Christopher Plummer.
Wait.
Christopher Plummer.
Oh, boom,
that.
boom. There it is. Christopher Plummer. This is how. I'm going to use Julie Andrews.
Okay.
D'Urville Martin is in Five on the Black Hand Side with Dick Anthony Williams. Dick Anthony Williams is in Mo Better Blues with Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is in Inside Man.
Yes.
With Christopher Plummer, who is in Sound of Music
With
Julie Andrews, who is in The Princess Diaries with Anne Hathaway.
Amazing.
Very good, Vincent.
This is
That's impressive.
this is the best thing on the internet. Man.
I did that for you because I was
appreciate
going to go to Sandra Bullock in Demolition Man, and then I was going to talk about Demolition Man because they were in Ocean's 8 together.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say Anne Hathaway wasn't in no Demolition.
No,
She
but
was in Ocean's 8 though, yeah.
She was.
yeah. So
The other thought I had was like Meryl Streep because of Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if
always
that
a
would've
one
been-
you could have got to.
yeah.
Because you could have got to, I think you could have got to Robert De Niro pretty easy. And
Yeah, you get De Niro real easy.
Anne Hathaway's in something with Robert De Niro, yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's in the, is it The Intern?
Yeah.
The
Or-
intern,
Yeah.
The Intern. I wasn't even thinking about that.
And you get to De Niro through Jackie Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I was, Pam Grier. So I was thinking about that. Okay, very good, Vincent.
All right.
All right.
Bro.
Next,
All right.
in 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin,
2.
Anika Noni Rose.
Anika
Noni Rose. Where was she, Catwoman?
She was the voice of Catwoman in Injustice.
Oh.
Oh.
That's probably best. She wasn't nowhere in no leather catsuit.
I know.
just imagine her in the movie.
Yeah.
In the leather
In the
catsuit,
leather
getting in the
catsuit.
character.
Whew. All right, so Nika Noni Rose. So let me look. I only really know her from The Princess and the Frog, and
What's the Christmas movie?
yeah, Jingle Jangle, or Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls.
So pick one.
I mean, it's up to you.
We want me to get to it front through.
Oh man, me? Oh man,
Marie said,
she's right.
yeah, she picked the
Sure,
Princess-
go Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls? All right,
Why not?
Dreamgirls. All right, so Dreamgirls is, of course, Derville Martin is in Five on the Black Hand Side with the dad.
Oh, Leonard Jackson.
Leonard Jackson is in Five on the Black Hand Side with Leonard Jackson. Leonard Jackson is in Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. And then, of course, Eddie Murphy is in Dreamgirls with
With
Nika Noni Rose.
Rose. Very good,
Who
Vincent.
was Leonard in Boomerang?
He's the chemist that Strange throws his the panties at.
Yeah.
Amazing. This is truly stunning.
I'm telling you, man, every time.
Marcus, you devil!
Marcus, you devil. That was a fun movie.
He has a movie West Indian voice.
Yeah.
Very good, Vincent. Well
right.
done. Well
Thank
done,
you.
my friend, indeed. I thought
4 movies?
Yeah, that was
that was fast.
quick.
Yeah,
that was
well,
cool. Well, he's got every connection to a Nika Noni.
I was about to say Nika Noni Rose. Come on. That's why I wanted to hear. Wait. When was she Catwoman? Wow, was this not shared with me?
She's in the games and all that?
No, I think it's just in the movie.
Oh, okay.
It's just in the movie
That's
that Vincent will be watching with
Yeah.
the screen not showing anything when he goes home.
the soundtrack.
Why are you watching the movie in the dark? Shh.
What are you listening to while you lift weights so heavy? Get up.
It's Leonard Jackson. All right, so that was 6 Degrees of Derville Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are entertained by that, as we all were. And if you are entertained by Darryl and Timaree, you should check out their podcast, the DTF Fun Hour. It is, I swear to you not, it is the funnest, sexiest game show on the planet. It is such a good time. I listen to every episode. I have to be mindful about when I listen to it.
Well, yeah.
Because I will be cracking up out loud and people, what are you laughing at? Nah, I just got to text Darryl.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He was talking about how to use your finger. Listen. Good time. It's the greatest sex education comedy game show in the known universe.
Okay.
Podcast, live show every month. Comedy Sports Philly, please come out 3rd Friday. We have a good time.
And we also have, in addition to our podcast where we talk about like sexuality things, we also have a spin-off podcast where
True.
Darryl and I discuss nonfiction books that we've read.
I did a fiction one recently.
Oh, okay.
We do fiction.
That's right.
It's DTF Book Reports. It's a Patreon exclusive. Please, support good sex education comedy and listen to us talk about books that may or may not have to do with sex, which is always fun.
Yeah, sometimes it's about the international blood trade or a family of serial killers in the American frontier. It just depends on what I was reading.
Yeah, how to be a good assassin.
Yeah.
Or how is The Daily Show exactly like Bill O'Reilly?
AKA Good Time.
Yeah.
DTF Fun Hour, ladies and gentlemen. Look for them on the podcast directory near you. And if you're in the Philly area, definitely go to their live show at Comedy Sports.
Fun time.
It is a fun time. Fun time.
BYOB.
There you go. Let's get into our review of Catwoman, which I will now pull up.
Which I now have to watch. It's fine. You could probably get that movie done in 5 minutes. Like, anyway.
Oh, that is so true. So very, very true. All right, here we go. Catwoman from 2004 is the story of a shy, sensitive artist, Patience Phillips, played by one Halle Berry, a woman who can't seem to stop apologizing for her own existence. She works as a graphic designer for the He Dare Beauty, a mammoth cosmetic company on the verge of releasing a revolutionary anti-aging product, which has weird side effects for her antagonist, Sharon Stone, in this film that was directed by Pitoff.
Of course.
One name.
Yes, it is not pilaf as in the rice. It is Pitoff.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. Catwoman, which was made for a budget of $100 million.
Oh, Lord.
And
A lot of
grossed
cats.
$82 million, would live on in infamy, ladies and gentlemen, as considered one of the worst films of all time. And a matter of fact, it won in 2005. It received 7 Golden Raspberry Award nominations and won in the categories of Worst Picture, Worst Director, Worst Screenplay, and Worst Actress for one Halle Berry. Had a bit of fun about that.
She showed up, got her award.
Yeah, absolutely.
Used the whip. I had those pictures on my computer. I was a young man.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think she might be the only Oscar winner to also be a Razzie winner.
I think she
or
is.
was the first, if not.
Yeah.
I think she may be the first. I don't think she's the only at this juncture. This was a selection of Darryl and Timaree.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What have you to say of Catwoman?
I mean, if it wasn't made for $100 million, I think it would have been fine. I think that, like, if this, like, literally, like I was saying earlier, I watched the original Roadhouse for the first time yesterday, and I was like, this is silliness. It's great, you know? And it's like, yeah, if you just view it as silliness, then it's fine. But it's just like, you had so much money and you couldn't hire a continuity director. Like, things like that. And it looks like a video game, like, a lot of the time. And it's like, I don't know. I also think I have a whole lot to say about how it exists in the Death Becomes Her universe.
Interesting.
The ending has a weird, like, mirroring to it. There's so much nonsense. Benjamin Bratt is somehow like the worst detective in the world and the best.
And the only.
And the only, yeah.
And he's like, okay, so first he shows up to a homicide, but now he's also doing larceny. Like, this is the only cop in New York. Okay, I guess they never say where they are because they don't say they're in Gotham.
No,
they don't.
They're in the city.
Yeah, they're in the city. And when she looks up the address, I rewinded it because I was like, what city is this? Because when she looks up also I was in my phone. When she looks up the city, it just says the street name and there's no indication of where they are. And I was like, you can't even say Gotham?
No, you can't.
Well, they couldn't.
No, they can't. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I kept just wondering in my head, who was this movie for? Like who? Like very paint by numbers kind of structure to it. She has to get her powers. Again, what powers does Catwoman have?
Capoeira.
Capoeira. The power of capoeira. The power of jump cuts and capoeira.
Yeah.
And switching.
Switching.
She can hit a mean walk.
Yeah.
And that's how you know she's Catwoman.
Right. She has cat appetites.
Yeah, she eats a tuna fish out the can.
Yeah.
Like 7 cans.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, I get that because my cat will eat a lot and then throw up directly. So one of those things is missing. You can't just tell me you was sitting on the bed eating 7 cans of tuna, large cans. It was the deep ones.
Yes.
Right.
The family size.
Right. Family says you make a lot of tuna
That's
salad.
a lot of you
went
know
to
what I mean?
BJ's.
Yeah, that's wasn't quite the BJ, but like she had enough for that was like a BJ's pack.
It was big.
You just while reading. Hey, you're not gonna throw up? All right. You don't know cats.
My favorite cat-related behavior was when she goes across the street to finally show the loud neighbors what's what, and she hops up and knocks a bunch of drinks off the table. That's the
That was
most
cat.
thing.
That was cat. That was cat. Yeah,
Very much.
It was.
Yeah.
That was.
I'm starting to like this. Oh.
But I wasn't.
Oh no! Yeah, it's just like, who is this for? Because it's like, okay, maybe they're making this movie expressly for kids or like tweens, right? In which case, are they not factoring in that like people might be walking into this with an expectation on what Catwoman is?
Well, I think they were factoring in that and tried to put in as much of Catwoman as they can, because originally, off of the success of Batman Forever, which had Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, she was the heat coming off of that movie. So everybody was like, "This got to be a Catwoman movie." Scripts go into production, they don't look right. Michelle Pfeiffer's like, "I ain't going to just do any old."
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns. I said Forever. I'm sorry. She said, "I ain't going to just do any old bullshit." So never mind. And then even the opportunity of doing a Catwoman movie goes into like just rotation hell. I think Ashley Judd at one time was on it, and people just can't. And as it keeps getting kicked down the lane, the Batman universe keeps moving on, and they're like, okay, well, if it's not going to be Michelle Pfeiffer, or it's not going to be anybody that at least resembles Michelle Pfeiffer,
Right.
then let's not even say it's that character.
Right. Not the Tim Burton.
Right.
Yeah.
So now it's just going to be Catwoman in name only.
Right.
And it kind of reminded me of Vince, you'll get this reference from back in the 70s when they did the TV Wonder Woman movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Which has nothing to do, almost nothing to do,
Actress?
was Kathy Lee Crosby.
Kathy Lee Crosby. That's right.
Right.
The jumpsuit.
Yeah, she had like
stars on it.
The gymnast jumpsuit. Yeah, and
Oh yeah, like Wonder Woman.
Right,
way.
blonde hair.
blonde hair, Wonder Woman.
They're like,
running around.
Wonder Woman.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
You're wondering who this woman is.
No, you weren't, because everyone knew she was Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
No secret.
Yeah, including, I think it was Ricardo Montalban was the villain, and he was like, just coming on to Wonder Woman. Like you.
We should probably stop talking about it, because let's be clear, it's way more interesting.
Way more interesting.
I'm sure the whole thing's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, as this project kicks down the lane, they can't connect anything to Catwoman.
Right.
Thus, they can't connect anything to Batman
Or Gotham.
Thus, the city with no name. And it just, and Halle Berry, coming off of an Oscar-winning performance
I just
in Monsters Ball, says, okay,
Yeah.
I cut the check.
yeah, I think that's really what it
Can't knock the hustle.
In
But
her Razzie acceptance speech, she thanked the company for making her make that movie, and called it can we cuss on this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She called it this piece of shit movie.
Yes. Yes, because I think at one time she's not dumb. She realized like, ooh,
Right.
what
what are we doing?
are we doing here? But
She was a good sport.
good sport, followed through.
I think there aren't many good things about this film at all.
The lighting on Halle Berry.
And on Sharon Stone.
And on
It's
Sharon Stone.
Well, one of the things
a
that's
filter.
hilarious.
Well, that's what it was. The special
I
effects. was shit.
love let's dress down Halle Berry so we can try and make you all forget
Yeah.
that she's Halle
it's
Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, we're going to put this ridiculous wig on her. Let's get like something out of Whoopi Goldberg's wardrobe
Yeah.
and drape it on her. And it's like, okay, maybe
I'm mad you said Whoopi.
maybe we'll forget that she's Halle Berry. And I love that when she actually goes through her transformation and gets her superpowers, what she transforms into is just Halle Berry.
It's just Halle Berry.
Like, I'm just Halle Berry. It's like, oh, right. I'm so glad we didn't notice that the first half.
When she pulled out the two scissors to go at it.
Right.
I was like, oh, I wonder what her hair's gonna. Oh no, Halle Berry's hairstyle.
Halle Berry.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, all right.
Exactly.
Then she has that wonderful outfit in the first when she goes to rob the jewelry store, and she has on basically a cat suit and a cool mask, and they're like, you know what? Let's do something different with her costume.
Which they didn't need.
Well, that's my point.
They didn't need, because that looked perfect.
It was fantastic. You could have saved the movie.
It really could have.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about like Whoopi Goldberg's wardrobe. They obviously only got one thing from Whoopi Goldberg's, because she wears the same thing for like 4 days.
That's actually a continuity error. I looked into it later because I was like, why are they wearing the same clothes 2 days in a row? I just had so many questions. They also do that thing where they can't put anything in the coffee cup and you tell that it's empty. And it's like, ugh, you could pay someone $5. But yeah, apparently the scene where Benjamin Bratt like saves her was supposed to be the first one. And so everything had to get like smooshed around. And that's why people are wearing the same clothes for 2 days in a row. Yeah.
Jesus. Well, the first continuity error I noticed was that she's in her apartment and she notices this midnight cat looking up, but there is clearly a fire escape outside her window. And then the cat jumps up to the window and goes up to like the ledge, and she looks out that same window, and there's no fire escape.
Cat magic. The cat did that. That was from the cat magic.
Midnight. You've never brought one home. I had to remove a whole fire escape to get
Right.
Oh my God. I mean, You said one thing that kind of like triggered me a little bit, because you said that Halle Berry knew how to walk. It's that walk was bothering me, because I'm like, Halle Berry, you do know how to walk sexy. Don't
Yeah,
you?
right. You can be sexy. But it was like, no. I'm a sexy cat. And now it is time for me to do the sexy cat walk.
Yes.
Because it always looks so disjointed from the rest of the movie. It was like, no, it's time to walk now.
It was, oh my God, that kept annoying the hell out of me. And especially since, oh God. Especially since you talk about, like, gives the cat powers.
Yeah, cat power.
From the cat breath.
From the band.
The cat breathed in her mouth.
Yeah,
Well, because cats steal your breath at night.
Right,
Yeah.
but now it's giving your breath back.
Right. And it's the power of all the breaths that was stolen
Right,
that gives her the power to jump away.
right.
And that was the other thing. Every time she got in a fight, she had to jump to the other side of the room.
Right.
Which cats enjoy being on the other side of rooms, and cats will run away from you quickly. But believe me, if you bring the drama to a cat, most cats ain't running.
They're bringing the drama.
They're going to be like, oh, no, is it time?
Right.
Because
Right.
I don't know if you know this, but evolutionarily, I'm a murder machine.
I'm a murder machine. Yeah.
What I'm here to do.
Yeah.
You want smoke? I am the fire.
That's right.
But, she got some good scratches in.
Yeah.
And she left a claw on the ground. Very cat-like. Very cat-like. She left a claw. Somebody stepped on us. What the hell is this? And it got her into trouble.
And as you all mentioned, I love the fact that Benjamin Bratt solved the mystery of who she was 3 different times.
Yeah. And
Like, he kept solving them, and I didn't know if it was a continuity error. And then I thought there was this sort of narrative happening that I was like, maybe Benjamin Bratt isn't actually a detective.
just some guy.
Like, I was trying to see, was he interacting with any of the other police?
He's not.
He's a dead
Because like you said, it's like, oh, is he a homicide detective? Oh, is he a narcotics detective? And, I thought maybe it was sort of this commentary on how conventionally good-looking people are allowed to just
Be, just go where they want.
wander. And I was like, oh, there's like a precursor to Mad Men.
Not bad.
My point is, I was thinking about a lot of different things while I was watching
So
the
much
movie.
time to
Right.
and to reflect. Yeah, I love when she's like in jail. They got her. It's like, you're a criminal, and it seems like you're a criminal and a murderer. And she's like, was I a criminal and a murderer last night? And he was like, It's a tough point. We did have sex. I was just like, man, this.
And I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you're Halle Berry.
So I'll keep working on it then. It's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she was just trying to distract him so she could escape with her cat powers of sliding through the bars of the jail cell.
Amazing.
Yeah, see, I unfortunately blinked and missed that part
Oh.
when she escapes,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
meaning I fell asleep.
Right. Yeah. The cat comes through the window and then stays in the cell while she does what the cat did to get in the window to get out the cell, and nobody's around. And she turns back to the cat, says thank you, and leaves the cat in the jail cell.
Because I woke up,
See?
and I saw her say something. I was like,
yeah. Notably, if you get out of the cell, then it's no problem getting out of the rest of the jail. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
The real problem's the cell.
That's
As soon as they close the thing, they're like, all right, everybody, never look at this person again.
ever again.
so what was the story that the old woman tells her about
Francis
the cat?
Conroy.
Oh, my God.
The
Catwoman.
cats. So she talks about Bast, the
Right.
Egyptian goddess,
Sure.
and that the cats are like messengers. And this is like basically the whole thing's an allegory for like wild women. The whole idea is just like women who live outside of like conformity.
Right.
And that's why it's got this like she's all that thing where it's like she was always Halle Berry the whole time. This was always
Right.
who she was.
Right.
And I think if it's trying to say something, it's that is always in you, and it is a choice to live your life that way, which is why at the end I don't need a man, and then she gives the same speech that's actually in The Crow, but they changed a couple words, and she's just like off on her own.
Sounds about right, actually.
And it's the whole thing, I guess, is just about like, yeah, you don't need that man or that corporate job. You can just go rob people sometimes and live your life.
But she gave back most of the jewelry. Like, so she's not even a thief. That was and then now it's
That made no.
that made me go, Catwoman would never give it back. And then I said, Darryl, don't do this.
Yeah.
Watch the movie
It's just,
so you can talk about it.
right.
She certainly, if she is going to give it back, which she never would, she certainly would not write sorry on the bag.
No, not in the same handwriting.
In the
she
same,
wrote something
which
to a
was
police officer.
Which was the second time he saw me. And I love, like, I think she used the exact same marker.
Yeah.
But he did take it to the handwriting expert.
Yes.
This is one of the best monologues in the movie because the man says, now listen, this is not an exact science. You can't really tell a lot. But look on the left. This person is shy. They don't believe in themselves. They don't think. They had eggs on Tuesday. On the right side, though, this is a self-assured, a killer even. This person has done so much. They're wearing sneakers right now, but they just got out of pumps. Again, imperfect science.
Oh, also speaking of imperfect science, he matches a lipstick, which is not even a thing that exists.
Right.
Do lip matching. They're not like fingerprints.
Exactly. Because I saw
I believe that was the second time he saw me.
Yeah.
Of who is this Catwoman?
99.9% match.
Right.
Yeah.
Same lips.
Because I
We
looked at
should have sex again just to make sure. I want to cover
many-
all my bases.
How many outtakes do you think he just called at Halle? You want to have sex again, Halle? That's not even the line. Benjamin. Oh, sorry.
it's better than what's written.
Let's get back in that bed, Miss Berry.
There was one scene that, I mean, it wasn't unironic enjoyment, but it was actual enjoyment. There's a moment where she and Sharon Stone are just having a haughty bitch off. That gave me real Dynasty energy. It was like those great episodes with Diane Carroll and Joan Collins.
Yeah.
And I wrote in my notes, well, shit, this is the movie. Like, this should be the movie right
Sharon
here.
Stone, for as little as she really is in the movie,
Yeah.
she seems to be the only one that knows what movie she's in. She knows exactly where she is. She's just like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. You know, like you said, she is a special effect every time that she is on the screen. But God bless her. But the shame of it is that if Halle Berry is, I don't know, maybe she bumped her head or something. Like if she is just like gets a little bit more, those scenes, they maybe pop a little bit. Because Sharon is giving you all of the bitch energy that the scenes call for. You know, I mean, it's bullshit, dialogue,
Oh, but it's all attitude.
Yeah, but it's all the attitude. But Halle, I don't know what she is sleeping.
Yeah, like Sharon Stone actually did go on like a character arc of being like being displaced by the young woman who you never. Oh no, you do see her, right?
Yeah. Oh, you see her.
She shows up because he tells her not to think at the opera.
Right. And she's too young to drink. Yeah.
And she's too young to drink, right? And so she gets that. She gets put out, and then it's like her comeback to take over the company or whatnot. And then there's the reveal. So yeah, there's a plus.
Yeah.
And it's like her villain origin is really like patriarchy because she's doing all of this, first of all, because she's been just like working very hard to like, succeed despite et cetera, et cetera. And then also she's, I don't know, is she driven mad by the stuff she's using? Because it seems to have like an unlisted number of side effects.
Yeah, that don't affect her.
Well, it sounded like I couldn't really tell. Like, is it like some people get the marble-like skin and some people just have their stuff fall off? Like, because it gave her like superpowers.
Right. Well, I don't feel pain.
Yeah.
You can't feel pain. You have skin like marble.
Yeah.
But you gotta lather it on.
But we don't know because Alex Bornstein's character, she was using it.
Yeah.
And they tell us she's sick.
Yeah.
But you don't really see the scene that took me out. So her character is in the hospital, apparently been admitted to the hospital, but wants to call Halle Berry. But for some reason, it's not calling her from her hospital room.
Nah.
She's calling her from the hallway.
Nurse's desk.
Of the nurse's desk.
Chilling, too.
And just chilling, got her feet up at the desk. Like, the nurse comes over, and she's like, oh, excuse me, and just stands.
Yeah.
While everybody's like, I'm like, what is happening here?
Not a hospital in the world.
I thought maybe she was faking because she was going to get her a doctor man, which she does.
Well, she does.
She ended up getting a doctor.
But she was just literally just hanging out at the nurse's desk.
Yeah, I don't know, Len. I don't know.
I know the realism of that scene really took you out.
It took me out of the film.
Right.
The movie where she wakes up in mud. All them cats on her for the transference, and then she wakes up, ain't a damn cat in sight. That's very cat-like. That's very cat-like.
Oh my goodness.
Very cat-like. We'll leave you alone in a minute.
You were saying that there was something about the ending you wanted to.
Oh, okay. So this is how many of y'all have seen Death Becomes Her?
Oh, I have.
Already familiar with this?
Yeah,
okay.
I like it.
All right. So I think it's an amazing movie. Wrongly, Rolling Stone put it on a list of like worst movies by good directors. They were just wrong to do so. But anyway.
Rolling Stone,
As though Robert Zemeckis, he's got some clunkers in there.
You mean a group of middle-class, probably middle-aged white guys got a movie about the beauty industry and they got it wrong?
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say yeah.
Interesting.
But so Death Becomes Her, basically at the end, like Bruce Willis is choosing between a life of maintaining beauty and he'll live for forever, but like your whole purpose and all you live for is living for forever in beauty. And so instead he drops very far. In this one, Sharon Stone realizes that she is going to be disfigured and chooses to let go so that she does not have to, like, she's basically, I don't know, it's the same, it's the inverse, but it's like they were both given the same kind of choice and she went no because she couldn't live without the beauty. I don't know. That was the parallel to me, is that either way, it's like a trap. In any event, it's a trap.
Well, I think it's like you said about Sharon Stone. Like, you get the sense that Sharon Stone, A, was the only one who actually realized the movie she was in, but B, was almost doing her best to be in an interesting movie. You know, like there's definitely, if you have to sit and watch this.
Right.
over
we
in the
did.
over in the corner, Sharon Stone is doing something a little interesting.
Yeah, but like, I mean, you can totally see the overtones of the remarks on beauty
Right.
and the beauty industry, and of what capitalism will do to a able-bodied, smart woman or whatnot. But you see that way more in Sharon Stone's character
Exactly.
than you do in where you would think the protagonist's role would be.
Right.
And
She curses him out and then gets fired. Is the most go get him girl thing she did.
And not to put too fine of a point on it, but because I looked it up because, like you, I said, well, it's something kind of interesting going on with Sharon Stone. And Sharon Stone's character talked about, I was the face of beauty for this many years, and as soon as I turned 40, they told me I wasn't beautiful anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And Sharon Stone is 8 years older than Halle Berry, but she's given as good as she gets, and you can see it on her face. Like, obviously Halle Berry is Halle Berry, but like, I'm not going to be a sack of potatoes.
Oh, no.
In the scenes with her.
Every one of them pictures, I was like, did they touch him up? Like, are they doing like CGI on it? But I was like, yeah, no, Sharon Stone knows how to use her face.
As
All them pictures.
despite how crazy the script is and the dialogue, a lot of what you were all saying maybe gets over in a B movie type of way if this film is directed better.
Oh, no.
'Cause the other crime of this
By
film
directed.
it's the crime of this film is how it is directed. How
The basketball date?
the basketball
It
date.
actually made me dizzy. Like, I didn't actually understand what was happening. I was like, am I having a stroke?
That's not how you play basketball? You just grab a ball and then a bunch of children come gather around
then they
you.
just move
And
the
then
camera
You
real
bounce it
fast.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you fly through the air to hit your dunk shot. I'll never forgive him for saying dunk shot.
There were so many in all the action scenes. I was like, could you stop cutting. It was like,
Can we just lock down a camera?
Yeah.
You're talking about in the action scenes. There were scenes in The Office where we're jumping for close-ups and then a weird two-shot, then another strange close-up on people. Like, can you just lock down a camera and just trust these people? Like, you've hired actors. Like Halle Berry's got an Academy Award in her trailer. Benjamin Bratt, give him something decent to work with. He'll get it over.
He's professionally good looking.
Exactly. Just lock down the camera and just point and move. You don't even have to move it. But this is just jumping all over the freaking. It was literally giving me like a seizure watching this movie, man. And I'm talking about just the simple scenes. It was Petoff or whatever the hell his name is. Who's
Has he done other work?
2 other films.
Did he really? What
were
else
they?
did he do?
Some documentary type of.
Wait, so I mean, like, how do you get the directing role? Like, this can't be Petoff's first movie.
It's not his first movie,
It should be his
but it's his
last.
second.
Okay.
He did his first film was Vidocq, VIDOCQ, which is a 2001 mystery starring Gerard Depardieu.
Ooh.
La di da.
And hold the dough. And then he does Catwoman. That was in 2001. Then he does Catwoman. And then after that, his only other film is Fire and Ice, The Dragon Chronicles, 2008 fantasy action film.
amazing.
Fire and Ice. I feel like I remember the commercials, but
I seem to remember the commercial for that. And then his only other claim to fame really is, and this is even before this, he was a second unit director on Alien Resurrection, but that was back in '97.
How do you end up the director of $100 million movie like that?
That is who probably because when all of this stuff is like rolling out, they just have to lock onto a name for somebody to do it.
yes, he was like up and comer or something. But again, like I said before, like this is 2004. This is before Iron Man came out and proved that you can make a comic book movie that nerds like that regular people will go to.
Right.
And keeping up all of the interwoven things of a universe, of a comic book universe, can be profitable outside of one particular brand of hero. So, you know, a great time capsule for what us nerds had to deal with. In the, you know, it was like it was a roll of the dice. They're making a movie with your comic books in it, and you'd be like, oh man.
And you shake your fist at the young nerds.
Yeah,
You have no idea what I've been through.
Like, do you understand? We were happy when Media Man came out. We were happy. We said thank you. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna do it again. Yeah,
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm
Please
so
don't.
sorry.
Please don't.
We don't say the N word.
We don't. Yeah.
You'll jinx us.
Yep. But we were happy, is what I'm saying,
Yes.
because the pickings were so slim.
Yeah.
When it came to video games. I mean, yes.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
too.
But like when it came to comic book movies, and so, but then there was like this real like turnoff point, and I think it was the early 2000s, where like Green Lantern, like this, like these movies were coming out, and people were just like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then it pushed Marvel into a corner to where they were like, we just have to produce our own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get this washed up actor and see what happens.
Yeah.
And lo and behold.
I think he's dried out. I think
you're right.
You know, let's
we need
Terrence Howard because he's a proven quality.
yeah, right. Next time.
There will be no next time.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, Timaree, since for some reason I feel like you had the most fun with this movie, would you recommend that people see Catwoman?
Wouldn't pay for it, and I would recommend doing it with a group of people.
I was one of those groups.
And when I watched it, I was with a bunch of friends and drinking heavily, and I think that that's probably the best case scenario, because also we can be talking to each other about all of this.
Yes.
And I think that that's how this is meant to be enjoyed, is we could all be saying, like, why can't you just put some liquid in that coffee cup? Like, why would, you know, those kind of things that just bring.
So, is
bring
there a
life away.
future? Is there an aftermarket future for Catwoman taking the place of the Rocky Horror movie?
Oh my God. I mean, I think you could do that with a lot of things. I'm not really sure why Rocky Horror has that place. Like, no offense to people who love it, but it's like, yeah, you can. If you just go hard enough and you wear silly enough clothes, you could make anything a Rocky Horror kind of situation if you want to. Yeah.
Okay. Darryl?
I can't disagree more.
Ooh.
Because I think the thing about, like, and I was talking about this yesterday as I was watching the movie, which I guess proves your point. But the thing about those movies is that they can be limited and whatever, but it's the attempt, right? Like Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I haven't seen, but like I can imagine, like Clue, Total Recall, a lot of those movies, like even a lot of those Schwarzenegger movies, like Predator, like they are limited by the skill sets of the people who did it, but you could tell that they gave it a shot.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to make the best movie they could, and where it falls short is where it's fun.
Okay.
Right? Like that's where it's fun to me, and that's what makes it the kind of movie where you could watch it with your friends and whatnot. Like Toi, for example. Like where it falls short is where what's fun. But like Catwoman, it was so paint by numbers. It was so like it was like they didn't care as soon as they hit cut. Like it's just like, yeah, I'd be like, nah, you could watch anything else. Like go watch somebody fail from an honest attempt. Like this was just and I like a good bad movie, but like this isn't even that to me. So I would say.
So it sounds like you would recommend this before, you would recommend Toi before Catwoman.
Oh, like
I would as well.
oh yeah, like Summer Party. You're just gonna have something on. It's not even. Yeah, like yeah, yo TBS. You want to play something in the middle of the afternoon? Don't put it on Catwoman. Put it on Toi.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just yuck. Halle Berry is gorgeous, and you can.
That's
And there are so many great shots of her face.
Yeah.
That is
And her
kind
body.
of the plot of the movie.
And- but-
Halle Berry was on Atkins at the time. Yeah, that seems to be the plot.
Yes.
Except for when she's going through those bars. They cut the camera at the... Man, they didn't care about me. But, outside of that, leave it alone.
What do you say, Vince?
The same. I also love a bad movie, but this one commits the cardinal sin. It's boring in long stretches.
Wow.
Like, I kept looking, because I think it comes in at 1 hour and 45 minutes. And I kept looking, and there were 45 minutes left. I was like, how is there always 45 minutes left? So in my mind, I would not recommend it unless somebody will. Like, I feel like maybe there's a 45-minute cut of this that you cut out an hour. But no, in this present form, no, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I can't recommend this movie either. I didn't like Halle Berry in it. I didn't like Benjamin Bratt in it. Sharon Stone is having fun, but I'm not a big Sharon Stone fan, so that's not enough for her. I like Alex Borstein, but I can watch her in other things. So I just did not. I found everything about this movie just very off-putting.
I love the tone. I just love the tone. This movie's just off-putting.
So no, I cannot do that to anyone. I would not do that to anyone. I cannot recommend this, and not even for a group party. Like,
Okay.
No.
I mean, if you were having we're gonna Batman it up. We're gonna watch all the Batman things that we have that can get a hold of, and you want to have a block for the worst of it, right? We're gonna put on Batman and Robin. We're gonna have some drinks. Then we'll put on Catwoman, like that kind of thing. Okay,
No. Because I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. You'll put on Batman and Robin, and to your point, you'll get into the hilarity of it, the campiness of it, and you'll have some stupid fun of it. You'll still you'll forget that Alicia Silverstone is there, and you'll just wait for Arnold to come in and talk whatever. You put on Catwoman, within 15 minutes, everybody is this still on? Yeah, can we turn this off?
anything else?
Yeah.
It's 45 minutes left. Always 45 minutes
Let's
left.
go. Yeah,
And it's always been 45 minutes.
yeah, I agree. Don't. If you're gonna watch a bunch of but the Completionist, it has no reference to anything else in Batman.
So you're not.
it doesn't
What are you
even matter.
completing?
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
You're completing your meltdown.
Yeah.
Like, I love the fact that Warner Brothers lawyers were so airtight that in the little montage where they showed all the different Catwomans, where this is the perfect moment to have just a shot of Michelle Pfeiffer, the WB lawyers are like, no.
I swear to God.
No.
They do have one, like the photo. They do have a photo that looks like Michelle Pfeiffer in it. Like, that is.
Do
But
they?
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not her.
But it's just meant to look like her, I guess.
Yeah, but
Okay.
because I don't even think. Because I think the costume is still a little bit different as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like there's a bunch of like photos laying on the ground, and I was like, is that?
Yeah, because I think they were really kind of adamant.
Or don't
Cannot connect this to the Batman
don't
property.
let them find this review. It's like, I think there's a Michelle Pfeiffer in there. Just get the forensic detectives on Catwoman. No. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
That's our thoughts on Catwoman. And that concludes our review here tonight in the very month of May, as we are giving you bad black movies. Stay tuned, because we're going to tell you what we're going to be reviewing next week here on the Micheaux Mission. But before we do that, give another round of virtual applause for Timaree and Darryl Charles of the DTF Fun Hour. If you're not here in Philly, wherever you find podcasts, definitely look them up, and they're on social media at DTF.
DT Fun Hour.
DT Fun Hour.
Yeah, DT Fun Hour.
Look them up. They're classy people. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us.
This was fun. Who selected this movie? You selected this movie?
It was me?
Yeah, I suggested a couple horror movies, and you were like, "What about?"
Well, no, I told him those.
Oh, okay.
And then you were like, we're doing bad ones.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, bad ones. And I was like, Catwoman? But I had already started looking stuff up to see what, and yeah.
It was a great choice.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, when I was
bad
like,
movie.
I was like, man, it's bad. And then I looked to see like, is it easily streamable? And I was like, it is. I was like, damn it,
Good choice. Well done.
Yeah.
damn it, this
Well
is
done.
this is bad.
Yeah.
Well, next
And-
time the choice will be yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But say I did do I had a web series called Which One Is Worse? And we would compare two things, and we did do Elektra versus Catwoman.
Ooh.
So I've seen Catwoman too many times.
Elektra versus Catwoman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Elektra is bad.
Elektra
terrible.
is
I
terrible.
think we picked.
Catwoman.
I didn't even. I should have watched it just to do it, but like I think we picked Elektra. Maybe we picked
Really?
Catwoman.
Because Elektra is bad, but it's a better made movie.
It's a better made movie, but we might have picked Catwoman to be worse. Well, you gotta watch it to find out. But it did remind me that I've watched Catwoman too many times because you gotta to make a stupid 5-minute joke video, you gotta watch it over and over again.
Sure.
To mind the
Time well spent.
yeah, what a time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on all the social media at Instagram, X, whatever they're calling it, Facebook, at Micheaux Mission. You can also like and subscribe to us on YouTube at Micheaux Mission, where you can subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when we put up all of our new videos every week that are going up there. And please tell a friend, because the more subscribers we get, the more successful we are. We're a very fledgling YouTube channel, so we're trying to grow this out to, more and more people. So help us, please, missionaries. Please, thank you. And if you want to tell us what is on your mind, email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com. That's MICHEAUX@gmail.com. The Micheaux Mission is a proud member of The Podglomerate, thepodglomerate.com. They make podcasts work, such as ours, which streams live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. from YUNKJunk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast palace here in Manayunk. If you want to have your podcast take place in one of all of the glorious studios that they have here, not this one, this is branded Micheaux Mission, hands off, but any of the other studios, get in touch with our man Dylan at YUNKJunk.com. That's DYLAN at YUNKJunk.com. He will get you fixed up in one of the other studios. Don't say Len said I can have the Micheaux Mission studio, because he's taking names. We already took care of the first person that tried that, so don't try it again. Okay. That's it? That's it.
That's it.
All right. Next week on the Micheaux Mission, we're going to be reviewing another bad black movie. We don't know what we're going to be reviewing at this time because we filmed this in March. Boom! Suckers.
Fooled you.
But until that magical date, he's Vincent, I'm Len, and in parting we say,
We'll see you when it's time to meet again.